So tell me again out there, you doubting Thomases, how it's not wise to buy the half point when the line crosses 3, 4, 7, and sometimes 10 in college and the NFL. Certainly paid off last night if you happen to bet the Texans because you walked away with the push, or if you bet the Colts, you walked away with the win. I'm telling you again, the single most important thing that has made me more money and perhaps saved me more money than anything else when it comes to betting over the years is buying that insurance. And I've still never understood the logic for those of you out there that will argue to your death that it makes no sense to do so, but I'm telling you again, it has saved me more money and made me more money than anything else that I've possibly done over the years. And if this was baseball and I was to tell you, hey, I like a $1.20 or a $1.30 favorite, you'd say, okay, well, let's bet on it. You'd have no problem with it. But in football, it's like you won't spend the extra 10 or 20 cents to buy the insurance. Insurance that doesn't come into play unless the game dictates it with the final score. Again, you can't preach to the choir. It's like trying to make a Republican into a Democrat or vice versa, right? It's just craziness. But anyway, for those of you that happened to have a play involving a handicapper last night that had, for example, the Texans or the Colts, for those of you that had a package involving one of those handicappers, an extra day will be added to your package to compensate. That's what we do here in those situations because, listen, a push is a push. You don't get penalized in those particular cases. So if you had a 30-day package, we add another day. And that's the compensation for it. If you happen to buy, like, for example, Bob Valentino yesterday, who happened to be the discounted play, well, you get today's play as compensation. That's how we roll here at the site and always have. Today, in terms of who has the big play, well, you've got one football game today. It's Colorado State and Wyoming. Steven D'Angelo, one of the new guys that I added here at the site a couple of weeks ago, he's only going for football winner number 9 out of 11. He's only going for winning day number 11 out of 13. He's only going for 30-dime winner number 7 in a row. 3 pretty good stats, and he happens to be for today over a half price off by using coupon code 7ROW. That's the number 7 ROW, and he's got the Colorado State Wyoming play today, and that's the discount code. All the other discounts and promo codes are over on the homepage, including one of the other new guys, Mitch Newman, who's going for winning day number 6 out of 7 on the short term, 10 out of 14 on the long term. His biggest college basketball release going once more since he joined the site. 75-dime winner number 3 in a row, Utah State and LSU. And that's available for over half price off by using coupon code HOOPS, HOOPS. For tonight, I've got to tell you, I have absolutely no idea, nor do I care who is going to win that game between Wyoming and Colorado State. I think the best bet is, again, in college basketball. I've got a couple of college basketball free selections I'm going to talk about here for this video report. The first one is going to be on Southern California, minus the 9.5 points at home against Temple. Temple is 3-0. Temple has beaten Drexel and Morgan State at home and won against LaSalle. Big step up here tonight for the Owls, a team that can't shoot straight and hasn't shot straight for a number of decades. They're shooting just 39.2% from the floor, 27.9% from the perimeter, from beyond the perimeter, I should say, from the three-point arc. And now they go to Southern Cal. The Trojans off to a fast start, 5-0, each win by at least 7 points. The most impressive of those wins coming in Reno against Nevada by 10 points. USC outscoring their foes by an average of 15 points a game, yielding just 66 points a game, 40th in the nation in rebounding. They have a couple of talented bigs that go 6'11 and 6'9, and they surround them with a 3-guard lineup, and I think that they're going to dominate the boards against the Owls. They've got the home court advantage. They can draw even with their backcourt strength, and I think 9.5 points is a very reasonable price to go with USC, and I think the Trojans can win this game by 13, 14 points. The other game that I found interesting tonight in college basketball is the Oregon-Houston game. Both of these teams made the Sweet 16 last year. Both, though, however, rebuilding as graduation hurt both of these teams. Houston is the more physical, better rebounding team, 12th in rebounding margin, in fact, at 12 plus 12.7. Oregon 65th at 7.3, so you'll have about a 5.5 rebound difference here between these two teams. Oregon, however, has proven its mettle so far here early in the season. 2 games ago, welcome Penny Hardaway's undefeated Memphis Tigers to Eugene, and remember, in that game, Memphis still had the since ineligible James Wiseman starting at center, got him into early foul trouble. When he did return in the second half, Memphis couldn't do anything. Oregon won that game rather easily. Then took on UT Arlington, a team that they should have beat handily, and did so, holding UT Arlington to 23% from the field, beating the Mavericks handily 67-47. Yet UT Arlington 2 nights later went to Spokane, took on undefeated Gonzaga, a Gonzaga team that had averaged 98 points a game on the season in a 4-0 start, and played the Cougars right down to the wire in a 72-66 loss. So Oregon's off to a 4-0 start. Houston, on the other hand, second game of the season, hosted BYU, a BYU team that was missing its leading scorer and rebounder from a year ago, Childs, lost that game outright as an 11.5 point home favorite. Then goes to Rice in its third game, which happened to be its last game, laying points on the road, trails by 7 at halftime, rallies to win that game. Houston, devastated by graduation, lost its top 2 scorers from a year ago, relying on a couple of key grad transfers, and actually a top player that transferred in from Kansas and got his eligibility this year as well, a 5-star recruit that didn't play great at Kansas, but I mean, it's a top quality player, okay? I think, though, that you got to go with Oregon here. The number is priced right, 6.5. If this was 9, I would probably say grab the points with Houston. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't see either one of these teams getting out of the 60s, but the way Oregon plays so tough defensively at home, I still have my questions whether or not Houston is going to be able to deliver offensively. And the way Houston laid an egg at home against BYU really has me questioning the Cougars here, at least early in the season. So I'll lay the 6.5 points with Oregon in this one. They have 2 outstanding guards, of course, with Peyton Pritchards and Anthony Mattis, who have combined to average almost 35 points a game so far this season. Houston defense giving up 72 points a game. The Oregon defense giving up just 63 points a game. Of the 2 picks, I still like Southern Cal more. Oregon, though, a close second. And that'll do it for your Friday video. I'll talk to you again on Saturday. Good luck, everybody.